A serene and beautiful environment is what a government should give her citizens to live in and raise their families. However, the government, being saddled with so much, cannot meet the entire living needs of her citizens. And just like the residents of Millennium Estate, some have resigned themselves to faith and self-help. Millennium Estate, located in Bagada, Lagos State, Nigeria, is today a well-structured, well-built estate with a good paved road network. However, that was not the story.
It was a swampy area, completely swampy. There was no road. It's just partway in this dam. In fact, it was when I came in, Mr. Torache, who was the land seller, the money I gave him, he encouraged me. The money I gave him was the one he was using to buy sand here and there, to create all these roads you are seeing. Most of these roads you are seeing in this estate today. 50% of this thing were from those of us who are here. He was collecting this thing from a few of us and potential residents. This is the money through which all these roads were created inside water. And many of the houses you see in this place fell many times before they were finally built. The fence, house, this, that, and up to now, many houses are still under reconstruction because of the background.
In 2006, and that was in fact the year also I came into this estate. I think when I came to the estate initially, there was only 2 buildings. And this place was very swampy. We bought it. And then started filling up.
When we got here, it was bush. Complete bush. So, my husband said, no, we can't be there. That's okay, let him go and buy, invest on something else. And I told the children, this man take the money out to go and invest, and the business didn't go down, go well, you're in trouble. So I decided to speak to Mr. Torache. And he said, we have 2 plots here, this place and this place. So my husband said, you cannot buy 2 plots because for the next 100 years, this place will not develop. So we bought this place. All these places we have for 4,000, but they were all bought. So when we came in through this house. Mrs. Aribi, it was not a stream place for a car. We use it to take this place down to Mr. the one behind us, Salisu, to the security there. Then when we get to where the mechanics were, there was a gate. You usually lock the gate in the night. But the mechanics have their own security men. So that's how it could go out. But when it during rainy season, I had to take cane.
There was one kiosk where the security man there that time was saying, Baba, he's late now, Babayo. So that is where we gather when it is raining. And that time there is no road, no thoroughfare. there was a mechanic shed blocking the whole place. So you have to go almost inside that mechanic shed to come out. Then the estate started trying to construct a road. In fact, beside where you have Zone A now, to pass through to the other side. I don't think anybody we hardly used that road. What we did that time was, at times we parked the cars at the mechanic shed and come in.
Millennium Estate has indeed metamorphosed from what it was to what it is today. The excellent leadership of Mr. Adeniji and his executive team members, who have continued the good work of where their predecessors left off, is speaking in immeasurable volumes towards the facelift and development of the estate.
Every developer contributes to the development of the roads. Every developer. There's no one who develops in the estate that is not contributing to the estate.
Came in here, it was not as well built up as it has become over the years, but my wife fell in love immediately and we came in, and to God's glory, it has turned out to be a beautiful estate, not only well built up with good infrastructures around, it's a peaceful one, very safe estate.
We want different areas of the estate to develop at their pace. So we created the zones. So we have zones A to E. So each zone has its own zonal leadership. The zonal leadership organize the zones, harness the resources at the zones, and then embark on some projects which they normally do in collaboration with the center. Then they are the zonal leadership, also part of the central ESCO, executive committee. Now, in terms of execution of projects and the governance of the estate, we also have committees, so that committees are done in a way that they take different areas of development. We have the development committee, we have the environmental committee, which takes care of the environment, the canals, the dredging of the canals, making sure the environment is clean. And then we have the electricity committee, which takes care of making sure that there is power supply. When power is supplied, is equally distributed. They also handle the transformers. In the estate, we have at least about 6 transformers that were purchased by the estate and then donated to the power distribution company. So they liaise with the service providers. Also make sure that the facilities and infrastructures are well up to date and then well maintained. We have the finance committee that makes sure that because we need funds in everything we're doing, and then if we don't have funds, so the finance committee makes sure that they work to make sure that residents pay as at when due, and then those finances are well managed and then deployed for projects they're meant for.
The estate is a recognized CDA, governed by CDA rules and regulations, with an approximate of 700 households spread in 5 zones, with each having their zonal leadership reporting to the center. Each household is responsible for the overall maintenance and security of the estate through their zonal leadership, as the estate prides itself in ensuring that lives and properties are well secured, as it has embarked on installing various security measures which can be seen here, aside from the security guards who man the gates.
Without Chief Ibirogba, I could not have stayed in this place, even from the genesis, because he had, like what I was saying, he had a security outfit. So he told me, promised me that he's going to be responsible for the security of my family, that he has security men. And accordingly, when we came here, he posted many of them to this area. That time, he used a few poles to bring light to the house. Initially, no light. But later we started contributing small, small to buy pole, to buy wire, to do this, to do that for many years. But with the population coming in, we had to meet. What do we do? That's how we started the estate.
Of course, you know that security is key. You know, if your environment, if your estate is not secured, then you cannot sleep with your two eyes closed. So we attach a lot of importance on the security of our investments, of our families. So the security committee, all the zonal coordinators are part of the security committee. All the ESCO members are part of the security committee. So they take care of some of the security projects like the street lights, like the CCTV camera, the monitoring, and then ETC. And then, of course, the guards and then the access control.
They are really progressing, and in terms of security, it's very good, excellent, and the people are cordial, really. It's like a family.
Despite the fact that most of what you see today is as a result of self-help from the residents, they, however, have enjoyed some help from the government in past years.
When you have the right people leading, people will want to follow. I think the estate has been blessed. We've had a number of leaders that have been selfless and they have been taking the lead. And naturally, people will follow when they see you leading by example. So I think that is what this estate has been blessed with. When we've been seeing some leaders that are selfless and that are interested, that are willing to see that there's progress here, people have been following also too.
In those days, this estate that is now government estate, Millennium Estate, used to be one, not divided into two, but used to be one, and we have mechanics on it. But at the intervention of Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu and yielding to the plea of the resident, he decided to come into to the assistance of the estate. This place was taken over and turned to what it is today. We now have housing scheme on it, and this road, this access road, was created to serve the interests of the community, our community. So we now have access linking to the express as a result of that intervention.
When they build they finish the third mainland bridge, you can collect land, red and sand, as many as you can, provided you have the lorry. It was then that actually started, about 40 tippers a day, from 40 to 60, started filling the road. It was then that actually started filling the road. The people were just coming in. There are so many things that happened that just coming in.
We were fortunate again at a point to have a good personality who came in. He was a politician. He was a former House of Rep man, and that is our father here. He came in, and that's the name, Honorable Beckley. When he came here, we had meetings, and there was a time we decided that what do we do to move forward? At that point in time, we had meeting, and we used his connection to bring Jagaban, that is former governor of Lagos State, Senator Ahmed Tinubu. We brought him here. We had meeting with him. A serious meeting. We begged him. We did everything he could do to help us. This with the help of Beckley. To our surprise, he did wonders. And that's why many a times when people come here, this, that, I say, we cannot forget Senator Tinubu in this estate. Because that time there was no road. Say, what do we do? How do we get to the main road? The main road was blocked, and the land was belonging to some very powerful personalities. The mechanics were put there all around. So we say, what do we do? We were confused, so we wanted to take a road from that zone there, to the first down and create a road near the canal down to the main road. It was very costly. We tried, we couldn't do anything until Beckley came in. And that was the point at which we had to call on the senator. Say, please, help us. To our surprise, as I earlier said, he created the road for us. And that's the road we are using today. That's the access road. We are using to the main road today. That's the road through which you come here. And the road is now like express. He created it for us. Since that time, people started rushing it. More and more people. That was a crucial point vis-a-vis the development of this. Yeah, we are many now. We are doing most of this ourselves.
However, the residents have had their own share of battle with the issue of land ownership from the various family landowners claiming ownership of the land, though abated is still an issue they're grappling with. Despite the fact that the contending families claiming ownership of the land in Millennium Estate are in court, the residents want government to speedily intervene and grant judgment to who the lawful owner is, so that the incessant threats from other contending families on the residents will be totally abated.
Rajesh told this place to us. So while we are trying then to plan to do this, to further legalize our stay through the Ministry of Work, this and that. Some of us who went to the ministry, suddenly they told us, Rajesh is no more recognized by the Lagos State officials. That time, I think another Omonile had penetrated them. That was Antonio. All efforts to get our documents done failed. He said we should go to Antonio. Huh? Antonio? We were on that for a long time, for a few years. When few people were trying then again to go to Antonio, later they were started declining their documents, their applications, saying now they should be going to another Omonile. Ashamu, what do we do? So at this point, many of us were confused, and they came here to fight, to do this, to do all sorts of things. Sometimes, so we came here with gun, with everything, but throughout we were reporting to the government, and some of us who are close to Senator Tinubu were doing it. Through their help, we were able to stop this thing for some time now. Before, you see some of them moving like almost naked inside the estate, where you have children moving up and down like crazy hunters. We thank God that one has gone down. We are now living peacefully. And thanks to God, thanks to the executive we have, who is very reliable. He's never tired.
When the Omonile came, it was a big problem. Even we here living, we couldn't even move out. Because they will come in a missionary van, bus. who will talk they are church people. But by the time you see them, you see guns, cutlasses, this, that, everything. But at last, I made friends with them. But even if we bought 2 lands, then they will take 1. We take it. So we bought 10 plots. It doesn't mean anything to them. It was then Wahara land. Immediately we are buying it. Immediately the people are starting work on it. On that very night.
However, despite the issue on land disagreement, life continues in Millennium Estate, which has become home to thousands for over 30 years, and a way forward to make the estate a living haven for generations unborn and others who desire to live in the estate is a concern of the leadership of the Resident Association.
I thank God that this estate we are so cordial. I'm so happy that this estate is like this. Because nobody knew then that even with me, I just took courage.
I thank God because I didn't even know the development would be so fast. But with the help of the executives we have and the people coming in after and the cooperation of the people within, that is most of the residents, we've achieved much. We thank God.
We're lucky to get the type of executive we have in this estate. They are making us, particularly the elderly ones, enjoy the place. So many things they do that would have put us, in a very precarious condition if it was not done. Things like coming here to have the election. You don't need to. I know what it is to go outside to queue up.
Indeed, Millennium Estate is an exemplary estate for others to emulate, as unity of purpose is the sole aim of the leadership, to ensure the safety and the comfort of every resident in the estate, making it a most preferred estate in Nigeria.